Nammooru Global Schools நிர்வாக குழுவின் சார்பாக உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் எனது வணக்கம். Now, how do I introduce myself? As a founder trustee of this school, as a doctor, as a scientist, as a parent, I feel more proud to introduce myself as a teacher, and I've been teaching medical undergraduates and postgraduates for the past 11 long years. And as a teacher, I have a few questions for you. How many of us can explain why the sky is blue in the morning and red in the evening? How many of us can exactly calculate what is the amount of wallpaper that is required for a square room of area 400 square feet? How many of us can have a well-informed debate on impact of colonization of India with facts? Sadly, a very small percentage of us who have received a full education will be able to say, yes, I can, for all three questions. Statistics say only 30% of us can retain the facts which we have learned in our school. And only 15% of us are able to apply the concepts which we have learned in our school. And no wonder we are unable to recall Raman effect as the reason for changing colors of the sky, a phenomenon which was explained by a renowned Indian physicist, which means it should have been very close to our heart. I have another set of questions. Have you managed to identify fake forwards in all your social apps? Have you managed to not miss a bus or a train or a flight in your lifetime? Have you managed to smile even after missing a bus or a train or a flight? How many of us know about cryptocurrencies? I presume a big no would be an answer from most of us for all the questions, which means we lack critical thinking, time management and punctuality, ability to embrace adversities, and even finance management, which are essential life skills. It's needless to say that honesty, integrity, respect, fairness, inclusivity, kindness, all of these are considered as Indians' core values, have slowly disappeared in our modern society. So, what are we addressing at Nammooru Global Schools? There is definitely a need for revolution in learning to meet the changing scenarios. And as a group of similarly motivated professionals, we recognize the fact that inability to apply knowledge and skills, comprehend information, decline in the values, absence of life skills are the hurdles which the current generation will have to overcome to reach heights. And we do not want the next generation also to succumb to these deficiencies. And that is why we are here in this field of education. Now, how do we plan on empowering the next gen to have the comprehending ability? Not just that, even the ability to reflect and make strong decisions. Dale's cone of learning states that a person retains only 10% of what he or she reads, only 20% of what he hears, 30% of what he sees, 50% of what he sees and hears, 70% of what we say, and 90% of what we say and do. And for us, that translates to experiential learning. Experiential learning is learning by reflecting on doing, wherein the child performs an action, reflects on the action, and then the child redoes it, which means it aims at 90% retention. And this experiential learning is the basis of our Credo curriculum, which we have adapted for a kindergarten section. And as far as the primary and secondary schools are concerned, because we don't want to go too radical and because we don't want to keep our children from the mainstream, we have planned to adopt CBSE curriculum but change the teaching methodologies. We have included teaching techniques like problem-based learning, class action research, small group and large group discussions, all of which impart active learning processes. And when it's active learning, retention can be as high as 70%. And to implement this, we have recruited a group of highly motivated teachers with an aptitude for making a difference, and we have trained them accordingly. In both kindergarten and the primary secondary schools, we have life skill training as an integral part of a curriculum. And to inculcate values, we have the right person on board as a principal. Mrs. Padmashri Rajagopalan is a person who is a staunch believer of values and has always walked her talk. To summarize, traditional Indian schools have always been successful in creating or producing technically sound professionals who have been globally recognized and applauded. But we are in an era of information overload and artificial intelligence, which means there is a need to disrupt this trend in creating or producing just technical specialists and to produce global leaders who can meet challenges of the future. And so there is a need to disrupt this trend of creating or producing just technical specialists and to create global leaders who can address complex challenges of the future. And with this in mind, we few like-minded professionals have started Namma Ooru Global Schools, a chain of change-embracing schools across South India. And our first school starts in Namma Ooru, Tirunelveli. And I request all your support for making this endeavor of us successful. Thank you.